They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so if my friend Dustin owns this, a Duramax swapped square body, and this, a turbo Buick wagon, what did his dad drive? There are a few combinations in the world that, whether or not you like them, everyone knows. Pineapple on a pizza is like the Chevy LS swap of the car world. Whether or not you enjoy it, it is an easy way to get sweet and savory in the same meal. This is more like toothpaste on a hot dog. Who hot rods van life?
All right, everything was off the record until now. This is a 1959 Chevrolet Viking 40 short bus.
Can you imagine this is an Okanagan bus, so a 40-degree day, it's full of kids.
Goodness.
You got this old 6-cylinder and a 3-speed manual, non-synchronized.
Yeah. Can't find him, grind him.
Yeah.
Why was it built? So my dad, he, how do I say this? He got canned from a job, wrongfully, got a decent amount of money and had an idea. You have an armrest on your right, if you would like it.
Ooh, let's go armrest. Is this a hold on and hope?
It's got a lap belt.
Ooh.
On your left.
Love it. I want a hot rod.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Go anywhere you want. It's all yours. He kind of wanted it hot rodded because you know, he was getting up there in age, so he liked cool cars all his life and wanted something unique. So he had us at Jekyll Fab build the thing for him. So it's actually on a 1990 GM 1-ton truck chassis. So it's got a 454 and a turbo 400 in it, 14 volts. Yeah, perfect.
It is a 454 big block, but power is all relative. If you Hellcat swap cruise ship, I don't think I can hear that over that.
No.
If you Hellcat swap a cruise ship, that's a very slow boat, but if you Hellcat swap a Vieta, that's a fast car.
Yeah.
So this is 400 horsepower, you think?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, 500 foot-pounds of torque?
Yeah.
But weighs, well, the same as a Sprinter van.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to drive a, have you ever heard of the Rambo Lambo?
I've heard of it.
The Rambo Lambo is basically they tried to make a Hummer. Lamborghini tried to make a Hummer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was fascinating to drive because it's a 5-speed dogleg manual SUV that weighs 6,000 pounds. And the way I described it to my friends, I said, it is supercar sounds at minivan speeds.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what this feels like.
Yeah, because it's a V12 in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Mercy V12 or Diablo V12.
Yeah.
Or Countach, I guess. Whatever the case. And yeah, it revs to 6,500 RPM.
And that's where it makes all its power too.
Yeah, it's a dog below 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're charming enough to get into a Lambo and you're still driving this thing?
Just, I gotta stay humble, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But it makes all the right noises.
It does. I love the way this thing sounds. So this is the Viking short bus. It's been a little camperized. It's a little, you know, he did the flooring and all that stuff. Yeah, and then, you know, we just kind of keep the t-shirts of all the car shows that it's been to in here. And here's a picture of my dad.
Bike guy as well?
Yeah, he had a Harley.
Nice.
Yeah, that was at like a toy drive, so that's why there's like a big dog on it. So my dad used it for more or less a daily driver, actually. Believe it or not, he hit every single car show he possibly could. He's had this thing from Hope to over in the Kootenays. He actually went to like a music fest and slept in it, and you know, yeah. But he drove it every day too. So he put over 10,000 kilometers on the thing in the one summer that he had it, which is a lot of fuel, like a lot. Because what's it get? I don't know, none. It's a 454 and a turbo 400, so no overdrive, and it's got 410 gears in the back. So like going like 100, you're doing like 2,500 RPM. Like no lockup converter, so it's
fast
it's drinking.
But it's weirdly like it just cruises nicely. Like
It's really not bad. I'd say there is a good reason he put that many K on it in one summer, you know? Like over 10,000 in a summer. No, it
doesn't creak in the way I thought it would. Like I figured every single window would be like rattling.
We'll hit some bumps.
I know. I like how it's got what, a 40-year newer chassis?
Yeah.
Or a 20-year newer chassis?
Yeah.
And it's still a 40-year-old frame.
Yeah, it's still old, man.
Yeah.
Everything's still old.
It's weird to think how old this bus is.
It is.
Yeah.
65 years old? Yeah. I know, it's crazy. Like, what's happened within these walls?
Yeah. Like kid fights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, spitting on the windows.
Yeah.
But I mean, even you know, worldwide events since 1959 that this thing endured and was
the
around
entirety of
for.
the Cold War.
Exactly. Yeah.
Vietnam started and ended.
Yeah. Put a man on the moon.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man, this thing's missed a lot.
Got a little cooler. Always had this thing loaded up with freezies and good stuff at car shows and whatever. Got the original like light controls and all this stuff that my dad got working. So the lights on the back actually do flash, and they got this cool like flasher mechanism under the hood. It's like a mechanical motor. It's just like,
oh, that's cool.
It's really cool.
Dustin works at a custom fab shop that built this truck. How long did the build take?
It took, a month and a half, 2 months, I want to say, something like that.
Oh, wow.
But we just did the chassis swap and then got it running and driving, and then he did all the detail work. So he put a stereo in this thing, put all the lights in it, kind of had the pinstriping done on it, all the, you know, Budweiser handle, the tack, all the wraps and good stuff. So yeah, he did a lot of it. He's got some hours in this thing. So the cool part about the swap and all that, we'll show you under the hood more, but this is actually the steering column and pedals out of the GMT 400 donor truck. And we grafted in the entire firewall section from the donor truck so that all the steering column pass through and the pedal geometry, everything works with the chassis that it's intended for.
Yeah. Did this have that older trucks? The brake master cylinder was right underneath.
It was right underneath, exactly. Yeah. So like, yeah, the pedals were going through the floor, and that's why it was difficult to adapt that to the newer chassis. And I think it was only a single pot master or whatever, so it was safety hazard too.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he did a lot of it. He's got some hours in this thing. We just did the mechanical stuff.
The seat is so far sideways or in from the side of the bus.
You're sitting right in the middle of the thing, damn near.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you look kind of funny in it because it's just a big fishbowl and you look like you're just peeking over the dash.
Yeah. Okay, it's a bit.
Yeah.
It hits bumps.
It hits. I'll show you under the hood. So it's the 454 that was in the 1990 GM truck that was the donor. It's just prettied up a little bit. Got valve coverage intake, long tube headers, put a nice lumpy cam in it. And you can't even tell the firewall section's been grafted in there. Buddy Chris at work there did a fantastic job at that. And then the factory hydro boost, everything just all worked really well. Custom steering shaft, and away we go.
What's the valve for?
I think that's to shut off flow to the heater inside.
Makes sense, I guess.
I think, which I should probably look into doing today because it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah, it's supposed to hit 41 Celsius today, which I think is 108 Fahrenheit.
It's a lot. I think that's what they call a lot.
Yes, it is definitely a lot.
Yeah. I'd put a blower on it because that was something he wanted to do, and I think that's rowdy. It would probably lift the tires, yeah. Yeah, I think it might. Because I figure if you like kind of gas brake, I think you can get a tire off the ground, especially if you put like 5 guys in the back of it. We'd probably pull a tire.
There's tons of room for a blower in here.
There is, yeah, lots of hood clearance. I don't even think we'd have to cut the hood at all, so that's definitely in the cards in the future for sure. You can see we got the General Motors of Canada original serial number for the bus, and it's cool because it is actually registered as a 59. It looks just like the 59 pickups, but the commercial Viking chassis are actually like a little bit wider. So like this grill piece is wider than the pickups, and the fenders are quite a bit wider. So as much as they look like they would interchange, most of it does not. And you know what's cool about the swap? It went quite well because this is the original bus bumper, and this is the 1990 GM 110 truck chassis, and they were the exact same width.
That's insane.
It is insane, yeah.
With 30 years separating them.
Yeah, quite a few, yeah. So then it's got these were the original plates that were on the bus from '66, so I'm not sure if that means that that was the last time it was used, or last time it was bussing.
Unique on its own.
It just works. It's just sorted. I think even the park brake works.
Wow.
Which I think is one of my only vehicles that the park brake works. I don't joke around when I say I think this might be my most reliable vehicle.
I guess you can have reliability and style.
You can.
How'd your dad find it? Like, why did he want a short bus?
I have no idea. I assume it was a Facebook Marketplace score, and it was silver and ugly, and he's like, I gotta have it, I guess. And I don't blame him, because the 59 General Motors products are fantastic looking. Like, the nose on the thing is awesome. And I think that the bus body on this particular one, because it has the curved windshield, it's actually pretty good looking for the time, because a lot of them had flat windshields and they were just kind of like boxes stuck to a nice GM front end. So this one's the more stylish one, I guess. Like, if you ever look at all these old buses, yeah, they just got flat glass, which would be nice right now to have to replace one, but that steering's responsive enough.
Yeah, it drives like a truck.
Yeah, you can feel the Corvette heritage.
I'm vaguely aware the company that made this also made the Corvette.
Yeah, that's right.
Man,
Yeah.
like, and the details are so cool, because you've got like
I know, I like that.
giant pieces of
And like,
chrome.
what kind of paint is that that's still there from 59? That's good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Probably not good
stuff.
for us.
No. So yeah, you had a guy named Cue Ball, local guy, pinstripe the whole thing. It's affectionately known as the window licker, which is politically correct, I'm sure.
Yeah. No expansion needed.
No, exactly. Got the fuel fill down here. That was an aftermarket modification.
Yeah, because there's a rat sticking out of the other one.
That's right, yeah. So yeah, huge shout out to Jared and Adrian Klecki, because this thing would not be possible without them. So, and my dad knew that too, so that's why there's a special thanks to Jekyll Fab on the back.
It's the shop that you work at.
That's the one.
I'm Jared Klecki from Kelowna, BC, Canada.
So what's interesting about this thing is that it was rolled, as I mentioned earlier, it was rolled silver. So you can kind of see some remnants of the silver paint all over the thing. And my dad hand stripped this thing with steel wool and oven cleaner. So he spent hours rubbing this thing to get the original yellow paint back. So you can see stop on signal was underneath the silver, the bus emergency door, and then he said, life is too short, bus. So he had cue ball pinstripe that on. And then this is the original manufacturer of the bus body. That's Van Wilson. So that was also underneath the silver paint, which is super cool that it survived and he could bring it back to life.
What a level of patience.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people would spend that much time doing that. See, so then the flashers up there, so those just kind of alternate flash.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I assume the front ones used to work, and then he's got rats up front, because I think the lenses were broken or something, so that's probably why he did that. A lot of little details that he kind of did to it, you know, the rats and whatever. He put airbags on it, so it's got helper bags on it, because this thing is awfully heavy. The chassis, the original donor truck was actually lowered, so I think it has lowering spindles in the front, and it did have lowering shackles in the back, but we put stock shackles in it to bring it back up, and then with the airbags. So it's actually got a quite nice stance, considering
yeah, it sits quite nicely.
it's as heavy as it is on a truck that it wasn't supposed to be on.
Yeah, it's basically just at 100% capacity all the time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You asked me a question about what was it like to own a bus or something like that?
Oh yeah, what's it like having a bus?
It's interesting because I didn't ask to be part of like a cult following type thing, but it's similar to like, I think like say Jeeps or Miatas or I don't know, Subarus, where there's just kind of like a cult following and there's always a bunch of people that are part of like that community. So there's bus people. So like I'll be at car shows or whatever, and people will be coming up to me and showing me their cool hot rodded, well not necessarily hot rodded, but camperized buses and stuff. And there's like a big community on it. And like vanning is similar. Like people have like the vans that are done up with the shag interiors and all that. But like there's also bus people, and they're very eager to show you their bus, which is cool. I'm interested. Like please show me your buses, but I didn't intend to be part of the community, but here I am.
You didn't see me say this till last time in my video, but when I drove your truck, I was like, I don't know why people, specifically you, let me drive your things.
That's a good question.
But I'm very happy that you do.
Yes, indeed. Well, because I think everybody should experience not just looking at the cool vehicles, but you know, if I trust you enough, you can drive them too.
That's awesome. And that's not just Dustin saying that. It's something he truly believes. I don't know Dustin from childhood. We weren't friends for years gone by. I met him at a car show where I said, hey man, your cars are really cool. I would love to do some videos on them. There's a reason our generation doesn't resonate that much with muscle cars.
Yeah.
Because for me, a 440 big block is not a fast car because the only thing I've ever seen it do is idle from the car show grass to the trail.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen one on the road lay down 2 black strips.
Yeah.
But I've seen JDM cars slide around roundabouts.
Yeah, exactly. So you're more inclined to be towards that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And all the people who knew them when they were kids knew them because they moved.
Yeah, yeah. And they were affordable. They were attainable. Everybody had them, right?
Yeah. So now it's $100,000 for a car that I've never seen do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you never will.
Yeah, because they're only going up.
Yeah.
Just like he mentioned with his wagon, he wants people to have wagon stories. This isn't saying when you go up to Dustin at a car show, ask him to drive his cars. This is saying you're likely to see Dustin at a car show. He shows them, he brings them out, he puts them on the road. If you're in Kelowna, you'll see it driving. If you're on the highway, you might see him cruising. And if you're at a car show, you'll see him showing it off. An ideology likely passed on to him by his dad.
Yeah, so we built this for my dad in 2019, and then he used it for about a summer, and then unfortunately in November 2019, he ended up passing away, so. That's how I come to own this thing. So I kind of carry it on, like there's a lot of people in Kamloops, like, because he drove it around everywhere, so a lot of people recognize it, so I always get waves and smiles, and hey, I remember your dad, and it's a good time when I take it out to car shows, especially in Kamloops and around the area. So that little bus behind the fan there, a friend of my dad's built a little scale version of the bus.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it. Looks clay, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like a dump truck underneath.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it started as something, and then he just...
Oh, down to the rat and everything.
Yeah. That's
sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's detailed.
Yeah.
I always get a kick out of that when people have time to do that for other people's vehicles. But I mean, here we are making a video about other people's vehicles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I guarantee you probably won't be driving very many short buses with big blocks in them in your lifetime.
No, I don't imagine. Dustin was asking if I had a script for this video, and normally I do, but I couldn't fathom what I would say about a 59 bus sitting on a truck chassis beforehand.
What do you even say?
Yeah, how do you prepare for this experience?
Yeah.
And you don't. It is. I think the biggest takeaway for this is it's strangely normal.
It is. It drives strangely normal. And, you know, like, it's, I wouldn't say the hot rod and bus part of it's relatable, but everybody's been on a school bus. So it's just kind of that, but kind of more, I call it like cartoony, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's got like, you know, the pinstripes and the rats and the hot roddy stuff. And it's hilarious in itself for car guys because it sounds like a big block Chevelle, but it looks like an old school bus.
The biggest takeaway I'm having is this mirror. Because you remember sitting in the back and you always see the bus driver scowling up at you. Sit down!
Yeah, quit throwing stuff.
So to be here driving what feels just kind of normal, making big block sounds, but like, yeah, this is a very unique experience.
The audio and the visual are clashing.
100%. I think I'll just do the outro here. I like this building.
Yeah.
Put the chromie back out.
Hell yeah.
So is it toothpaste on a hot dog? No, it's way cooler than that. It's more like chicken and waffles. Just right for those who like it.